What's going on, guys? It's Joe here, back at Bountiful Gardens, Hillsboro. The rains have cleared, and we've been gifted with some gorgeous weather this week. These mid-August days are perfect for creating memories with your friends and family right in your garden. It's also a perfect time of the year to immerse yourself in the beauty of these long-blooming perennials. And speaking of immersion, our educational journey this week into the characteristics and needs of these plants continues with 3 quintessential perennial classics: Monarda, Liatris, and Pye Weed. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to find a place for all 3 of these within your garden. So what are we waiting for? It's learning time! So here in front of me is one of my favorite long-lasting perennials. This is the Monarda or Bee Balm. So as soon as summer sets in, the Monarda will start to bloom, and it will carry its blooms all the way through till September. And because of its long-lasting flowering period and the shape of the flower itself, it's an amazing source of nectar and pollen for bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds. Another great thing about Monarda is that it does come in a ton of variety of heights and colors, and we have just about all of them here at Bountiful Gardens.
If you're looking for a deer-resistant plant, I've got the perfect one for you. We've got Scarlet Bee Balm, Spotted Bee Balm, as well as Wild Bergamot. Bee Balm is in the mint family. So what this means is it helps to repel deer and rabbits from your garden because of the minty fragrance emitted from the leaves. If you have a moist, sunny spot in your garden, Monarda will be a perfect plant for that. However, if you have the spots a little bit on the drier side, Spotted Bee Balm would be perfect for that.
Monarda is one of our most beautiful native perennials. You could expect to see them in a mix of different areas in New Jersey. You could see them in the woods under deciduous trees, and you could also see them in plenty of open areas with full sun. Some great companion plants for Monarda would be Culliver's root, ostrich ferns, Jacob's ladder, and meadow root.
As well as having a dazzling flower, Bee Balm also makes a great addition to an herb or tea garden because all parts of the plant can be used edibly and medicinally. The flowers are great to use for decorating cakes and pastries. You can use the leaves in teas, and the stems actually get the name wound healer because if you split them open and rub them on cuts that you get in the garden, it helps to cool them off and heal them. The leaves and stems of Bee Balm have antibacterial, antifungal, and soothing qualities to them, so they're usually used in tea. The tea has a really strong minty, herbal, earthy flavor to it, and actually it was used in place of regular tea during the Revolutionary War. It's been used to treat sore throats, colds, stomach aches, and also congestion too. Plus, when the flower is finished at the end of the season, you can cut bunches of the plants and hang them upside down in the shower for some quick aromatherapy.
Hummingbirds love Monarda, and they are a great choice for the clay soils of the Northeast. And if you're a little crafty, these flowers can be used as a natural dye.
With its beauty and bounty of benefits, Bee Balm is one of those plants you just can't go wrong with in your garden. Up next is a super unique wildflower with vibrant blooms bursting out from these tall, whimsical stalks. Let's get up close and personal with Liatris. Standing tall in front of me is one of my favorite mid to late summer bloomers, the Liatris or Blazing Star. To me, this plant has dual attraction. Some people don't really appreciate the foliage of a plant the way I do. I just love the way the foliage develops on this plant. It just grows in a strong stalk with tons of petals that just grow out to either side. So it gives you a nice distinct characteristic in the garden that's different from a lot of other plants.
If you're looking for an accent plant for your garden, I've got the perfect plant for you, Liatris. This plant can get anywhere from about 18 inches to 24 inches tall, all the way up to 6 feet tall, and it comes in shades of whites and purples. Liatris is a super important plant to our ecosystem because they are one of the few plants that the monarch butterflies love to feed off of. In general, Liatris prefers moist to wet soils, and it can be found in wet meadows and along stream banks. However, once it's established, it's fairly drought tolerant.
Liatris is native everywhere from upstate New York down south all the way to Florida. In nature, you'll find them out in open spaces from full sun to partial sun. Some great companion plants for them would be hummingbird mints, prairie docks, and black chokeberry would all be great companion plants for Liatris.
Though these plants weren't commonly eaten, in an emergency you could technically eat the roots. Apparently they taste close to a carrot. The whole plant is non-toxic to us humans, but it's not very flavorful. You're best leaving it to butterflies and bumblebees.
Liatris is a great option for a cut flower, and they're pretty unique because they bloom from the top down, allowing you to cut off the faded blooms so your flower maintains the beautiful look for longer. And they're safe for children and pets. so you don't have to worry about adding them to your garden.
Blazing Star truly is in a league of its own when it comes to looks. And with its importance to pollinators like monarchs, it's hard to find a reason not to include it in your plant palette. Rounding out our lesson this week is a personal favorite of mine. With its beautiful name, eye-catching height, and show-stopping floral displays, Joe Pye Weed is sure to make that late summer splash in your garden. Being a Joe myself, I might be a little bit biased toward this plant, but in my opinion, no perennial garden would be complete without a little Joe Pye Weed. And what I specifically love about Joe Pye Weed is that it's a mid to late summer bloomer. Where I like to plant it in the garden is perhaps behind some other spring or summer flowering shrubs and perennials, and just kind of let it do its thing. You almost forget about it a little bit until the mid to late summer when these softball to almost basketball sized blooms start blooming in the back of your garden. Gives you a great vertical element to add to any perennial garden. So with these amazing huge flowers, extremely long bloom time, this makes Joe Pye Weed one of my favorite perennials to use in the garden. And in my experience, this plant is still very fear resistant.
This awesome native plant blooms from about midsummer all the way till frost and comes with shades of pinks and purples. Since Joe Pye Weed blooms later in the year, this is a great source of pollen for our late flying bees. And it's a great interest in your garden, especially if you're looking for a tall element. This plant can get anywhere from about 4 feet tall all the way to 9 feet tall. We have 2 different species called Spotted Joe Pye Weed and Sweet Scented Joe Pye Weed. These 2 varieties can do well in average soils to wet soils and can handle part sun to full sun. However, the more sun and moisture you give it, the taller it gets.
Joe Pye Weed is another great native perennial that you could expect to find in New Jersey in abundance. And some companion plants that you would find with them naturally would be goldenrods, American royal ferns, asters, spigelias, also known as Indian pinks, and blue star amsonias would also make great companion plants.
Long ago, the blooms of the Joe Pye Weed were used to treat inflammation, arthritis, fever, and even kidney ailments. It was almost like nature's Advil. In fact, it gets its name because a long time ago in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, a Mohican named Joe Pye used this plant to treat the settlers at that colony. There's a lot of different versions of the story, and it's under some hot debate, but it's an interesting tale for a unique flower.
Joe Pye Weed has a very fibrous root system that helps to retain soil during floods. And during the wintertime, you can leave the stalks up in your garden, and it helps provide a little bit of interest in the garden, as well as providing a habitat for insects to overwinter.
Joe Pye Weed is such an amazing perennial with bountiful blooms. Do your garden a favor and plant some today. And now that you've soaked up all of that botanical information, it's time to get out there and find that perfect spot for your Monarda, Liatris, and Joe Pye Weed. And when it comes to picking out your plants, Bountiful Gardens has you covered. We're here to help you bring your dream gardens to life. Thanks again for joining us on yet another one of our perennial deep dives. If you're liking this video, please make sure you like it, leave us a comment down below, and let us know which plants you'd like us to cover next, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of this amazing content. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.